Good morning, everybody. My name is Mohamed Murshed. I am the Chief Specialist in Benchmarking and Knowledge Management in the Roads and Transport Authority. We thank you very much for the opportunity to showcase our experience with benchmarking and how it's helping us with our continuous improvement cycle in RTA. But before we get into benchmarking, I'd like to give you a bit of a flavor of RTA and some of the achievements over the years. RTA has been in existence for the last 13 years, but has had monumental achievements that I'll try to showcase now, starting with the video. Sorry. Oops. How to... Is the video there? Sorry. As you can see from the size and complexity of the business comes the importance of benchmarking to RTA and how it's helped us with all these achievements. In a nutshell, it's a large organization with over 6,000 staff across 8 sectors, 43 departments, and covering 324 services across all areas of transport and road infrastructure. Now, these are some of the elements that put RTA as a benchmark. Dubai was first in the MENA region in terms of urban mobility, second best city in the world to drive in, second best city globally in terms of transport and infrastructure, and 13 globally in terms of transport accessibility. And these are all based on international reports. Now, I'm not going to read out the definition. It's a bit long, but I'm going to concentrate only on the elements that stand out from the definition, which is the fact that in RTA, benchmarking is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous cycle. And it's heavily linked to our strategy. Every single benchmarking that is done is aligned with our one or more of our 8 strategic goals. And the fact that it covers all areas of the business, being processes, functions, technologies, and so on. And it's not limited to the transport sector. In fact, 50% of our benchmarking is with non-transport entities. So we would like to learn from the best, whether they're in transport or not. We do all kinds of benchmarking, be it informal benchmarking or formal benchmarking, which is, again, divided into what we call metric benchmarking or results benchmarking, as well as large projects that are based on best practices. In terms of leadership commitment, the fact that benchmarking is deeply embedded in our culture comes and stems from the commitment from the higher management. In fact, that's a picture of me talking to His Excellency, Mr. Matar Al-Tayar, the Director General of RTA, in the Knowledge Fair, explaining to him some of the major projects that we're doing in benchmarking. In fact, even the visits to external visits to other countries in launching major projects that are based on benchmarking, such as the metro and so on, are headed by His Excellency Matar Al-Tayar. So, and in fact, the benchmarking manual that we have, which governs the entire framework, is ratified and reviewed by His Excellency. And the results and recommendations that are raised to higher management are presented at board of director level. So it's that high, of high importance. And also the leadership is committed to building partnerships focused around benchmarking, such as our partnership with Comet and Nova and UITP, which is the International Association of Public Transport. These are based on benchmarking. Some of the enablers of benchmarking, we have about 500,000 dirhams dedicated to the provision of information resources for desk research in benchmarking. Also, the benchmarking framework is very much linked to the knowledge management framework in the sense that every benchmarking project that is executed, the results are transferred to the knowledge gateway that we have in RTA so that staff can have access to it. One of the ways to motivate staff is that successful benchmarking activities, these departments are invited to present the results of these benchmarking activities to the entire organization as a way of recognizing their effort. And the fact that also there is a very robust governance structure which mandates every single department in RTA, all 43 of them, to complete at least one benchmarking initiative per year. And we also have benchmarking coordinators or champions in each of those 43 departments. So not only is it handled centrally, but we also have like little hubs within the organization coordinating with that centralized function. And this explains it a little bit to you. This mind map shows you how that clockwork works. We have the Knowledge and Innovation Department, which runs the show. Basically, we are the department that governs and manages the entire process, but there are also other players in the framework. We have coordinators in each of the 43 departments. We have the Quality Office, which in each sector, which coordinates with these departments to make sure that they adhere to the annual benchmarking plan and to make sure that they adhere to the methodology as well. And we have senior leadership who are overseeing and providing guidance in the entire process. And the 5 pillars to benchmarking are, of course, the trade model, and we have the benchmarking manual, which details the roles and responsibilities of departments in light of the trade model. We also have elements of benchmarking in the knowledge management strategy and policy as well. So that shows you how the whole thing runs. It's important to note that the entire function of benchmarking is completely automated. But it's not fragile. It's also there's also heavy engagement. There's a human element as well. But there's no paperwork there. So from the time it starts, from the planning stage all the way to the impact stage, it's automated in an in-house system that was built in RTA. And we have since 2013 we've completed 251 benchmarking activities. That cover all areas of the business, be it processes, functions, technologies, strategies, and policies, and so on. We also tried to adapt the trade methodology to the way RTA functions to make it more palatable and more friendly to our staff, because they are used to certain functions and certain terminologies. So we've taken trade and mirrored it to 4 stages within the automation system to make sure that everybody is interested and everybody understands it also in the RTO way, but it covers all 5 areas of trade, and it's completely automated. And once the cycle is complete, the evaluate stage is complete, the system pushes it directly to the knowledge management. Okay, now this is a live example of how a successful benchmarking project happened. There was the Weigh in Motion project, which is basically a technology that allows the weighing of heavy vehicles as they move without having to stop. A large team was formed. In fact, there was a lot of brainstorming to make sure that we get the right mix of people and the right plan. The team was headed by the CEO of the licensing agency. It also had directors, project managers, and specialists. The benchmarking was done in 3 European countries, and the reporting was done to the higher management and was presented and deployed. And that's a picture of the CEO of the licensing agency talking to His Highness Sheikh Mohamed Murshed about that particular project. So you can imagine how important benchmarking is in RTA. These are, again, some of the impacts from benchmarking. An increase in testing efficiency of the project that I just talked about. From 200,000, it used to be 150 vehicles, now it's 200,000 vehicles. Testing time reduced from 30 to 3 minutes. The launching of the metro was a result of benchmarking, and now we have a ridership of 6 million. Hala Taxi, which is a specialized taxi service, was launched as a result of benchmarking with Addis and Lee, and it resulted in a drop of 60% in customer complaints. We also have the training city benchmarking that was done in Japan. It resulted in major safety gains. And what are the lessons learned? Basically, to keep doing what we're doing and build on it. We are also aligning our benchmarking with our future foresight strategies, and making sure that everybody gets trained in benchmarking. Thank you.